The Vaderz are the #1 seed coming into this evening's semifinal matchup. They rose to the top of the PLW table early and held course throughout the regular season. Their quest to reach the pinnacle of wiffle ball success begins tonight. The Legends started their season by losing their first 5 games before beginning a steady climb up the rankings. Along the way, they had 2 separate 8-game winning streaks, ultimately finishing the regular season in 3rd place. Will the Legends' journey culminate in a trip to the championship, or will they fall just short? Find out next on Premier League Wiffle. Good evening and welcome to Hideaway Field here in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. You are watching Premier League Wiffle, tonight's first playoff semifinal, set to get underway just minutes from now. The Legends are wearing their away gray. The Vaderz are wearing black. The winner of this series will punch their ticket into the PLW Championship. My name is Greg Kelly. It's a pleasure to welcome PLW founder and commissioner Adam Tannick into the booth tonight, offering expert commentary. Adam, the Vaderz have been a force to be reckoned with throughout Season 4. Their offense is intimidating. Their defense is solid. They have one of the most dominant pitchers in PLW in the form of Billy Santiwan.
Yeah, when you look at Billy, he led the league in a lot of things this year. 14 wins, tied with Tom Gannon there. Also 7 saves. And then you look at his ERA. I went and dug a little bit deeper in there. It was actually Stein who had the minimum innings pitched with 54, and I went down and did got the calculator out. He had a 1.889 ERA. Billy had a 1.8947 ERA, so Stein just barely edged him out. But what stands out with Billy is he did that in 133 innings pitched, which led the league. But one of the most impressive things that I look for in a pitcher is whip, and he led by far in whip with a .87 whip there.
Billy Santiwan leading the league in a lot of those categories all season long. Adam, it was also mentioned in the last regular season series, there was a little tension in the Vaderz camp concerning Kyle Letter. Message from team ownership in an official chat said that Kyle would no longer play this season. He wouldn't be involved in playoffs, and he was going to be traded in the offseason. Obviously, that's changed. The statement has been retracted, but do you think there's any residual tension in the clubhouse after that incident? You
know, these guys are all friends, and they had that, I don't know, kind of prima donna moment. Mm-hmm. I've been 23, and they are the youngest team. You know, chemistry is very important. I think they both have this common goal of winning this, and they have a little chip on their shoulder, and I think the winning it is more important than the little drama they have, and I think they're going to come together tonight.
The Legends, on the other side, they've shored up their defense in this offseason. It was once a weakness. It's now become a strong point for them on the left side. They continue to smash the ball consistently, but here in Game 1, they'll be without Alex Garcia, top batting average, top OPS on that team. What needs to be their Game 1 approach without that key piece in the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, the strength of the Legends is their defense. Their defense makes their pitching a lot better. It does suck missing the guy that is their best hitter, the leading OPS. The Corral did show up, and that's going to be big for them.
Important.
He's the only one in their team with over 1,000 OPS, where the Vaderz have 3 guys with 1,000 OPS.
The Legends have improved in the pitching department as well. Osgood, Stevenson, Taravella, all known quantities, but recently we've seen the emergence of J.T. Church. He recently put up 9 scoreless innings when Jason Stevenson was out. He's really making a case for himself to get more time up there on the mound.
Oh, absolutely. You say 9 innings. I went back and looked a little deeper. He went 18.1 scoreless innings,
Whoa.
Which is 3rd, I believe, in career.
All right, starting pitchers for Game 1 are going to be Jason Stevenson for the Legends, Billy Santiwan for the Vaderz. Use that information as you will to make your wiffle ball point bets. As we look at the starting lineup, Nick Sansone will be leading off and playing right field, followed by Jason Stevenson, the starting pitcher. Casey Taravella will play second base and bat 3rd. Trench Pacone, the 3rd baseman, in the 4-hole. Billy Osgood, featured in that graphic, will play left field. Ethan Wigfield is going to scratch out, and I think since this lineup has been made, they're going to slide Alex Garcia in there somewhere.
Decal.
Excuse me. Yep. Derek Corral will slide in there, probably in the 2-hole. So expect Ethan Wigfield to get scratched out and everybody else to get bumped down 1. Corral, Pacone, Osgood, 4, 5, 6. We've just gotten the information from lead umpire Chad Phillips. They have given the message out to the players to play ball. Game number 1 of a best-of-3 series is underway. First pitch from Santiwan, a knuckleball, 53 miles per hour, but inside for ball one. Tipped and fouled back into the zone. 1 and 2.
Looks like Sansone saw that ball pretty well there, had a good cut at it. You want to keep the ball down to Sansone.
Knuckleball inside, even the count at 2-2. Our graphics not yet working. It is 2-2. That'll fill the count.
Ooh,
and inside a lead-off walk for Nick Sansone. That's huge, Adam.
That is huge. If you bet on these legends, you must be feeling pretty good about that. The Cy Young candidate, top leading Cy Young candidate, has already walked a batter here to start this game.
Jason Stevenson will step in, finish the regular season batting .323. He'll look at the first knuckleball, 51 and into the pan, fall behind 0-2.
That pitch was nasty, Greg. That had some late movement on it.
0-2 pitch, breaks outside, 1-2.
Is that a slider or a knuckleball? That ball moved a lot like a slider.
Outside, evens count. Inside will hit Stevenson on the back. Another full count.
Billy really struggling with control.
Swung on and fouled back into the tarp.
That might have been a ball, but that's in Jason's wheelhouse right there. Softball player likes the ball up. Had a good swing at that one.
Inside, fouled back.
Another close pitch.
Hit hard. Alec Hutt gets it clean. Battistoni with the tag. Force out at second base, unable to turn the double play. So Stevenson will make it to first on a fielder's choice.
I don't know if I like that play, Greg. He had a lot of time. He tried to do a spin move and just kind of threw it right into the ground. You know, I would like to see him take his time a little bit more, do a little shuffle step, and make a good throw. Get that double play.
Yeah, if we look at the instant replay here, we can see Alec Hutt fields it cleanly, tosses it over. Gio Battistoni gets it in his hands, releases it at the 3-second mark, Adam. Still another whole second to spare. Casey Taravella steps in. And look at ball one inside. Two and one.
Taravella hot and cold this year, but when he's been hot on offense, he's been unstoppable.
This is good in the outfield. Kyle Etter gets after it, but a little bit of a late jump, and he leaned over, unable to gather it in.
Coming in that ball, he's running through different shadows, the ball changing direction a little bit. Couldn't quite handle that ball.
So a little flare into the outfield will turn into a base hit. We've got runners on first and second. One out for Derek Corral.
Derek Corral might be the most dangerous hitter in this Legends lineup right now. He's going to find himself with 2 on.
That's high. It's deep. Is it deep enough? It is not. Kyle Etter underneath it in left field. We'll gather it in for the second out.
I feel like the wind kind of had a little bit to do with that ball not getting out there. What do you think, Greg?
Yeah, wind obviously can impart quite a bit of movement onto the wiffle ball, especially when it gets up into that second tier, and the wind is ever so lightly blowing into Hideaway Field tonight. Trench Pacone will swing on the first pitch. A dribbler back to Santimon. He has a little bit of trouble, but he's got plenty of time to pick it up and flip it to Ethan Ibarra for the third and final out.
Something that a lot of people don't know is Trench Pacone has hit Billy Santuan probably better than anyone. Maybe Couch. I haven't seen Couch's stats, but Trench has hit Billy pretty well. He hit him pretty well against the Sand Vipers. And, yeah, I think he just sees that knuckleball better than some of the others.
And we'll see how Trench is feeling today. Trench had to undergo a little bit of massage therapy with the PLW training staff today. He came in and got a little bit of inversion table help and a little bit of massage help earlier today, and we'll see how mobile he is over there on the third base side this evening. As we go ahead and take a look at the Vaderz starting lineup here in the bottom of the first, Billy Santiwan, the pitcher, will lead off, followed by shortstop Ethan Ibarra. Kyle Etter, who just made that play in left field, will bat third. Tanner Roundy in right. Cleanup, Gio Battistoni, the second baseman, in the 5-hole, and Alec Hutt rounds out this 6-man batting lineup. Substitutes include Cesai Alarcon, Kenny Santiwan, Dave Cabrera featured in that graphic, and Jason Walker. As we move to the bottom of the first, we look at Jason Stevenson out on the mound. He's going to feature a screwball, slider, Anything?
That's pretty much his 2 pitches. Screwball, slider. Yeah. He can get a little flustered if people aren't chasing his pitches or he's not hitting the zone. Anytime we faced him, we look to get that first walk because it's usually going to follow by a second walk. But very nasty stuff.
Billy Santiwan steps in. First pitch is a screwball. This is inside. Screwball turned on Trench Bacone. Clutches it into his chest, throws it easily into the backstop for the first out. I'll bring up Ethan Ibarra. Ibarra leads this team in batting average, .360 to end the regular season.
Kyle Letter getting hot, though. He ended up passing with a better OPS. But I think I'd still rather face Kyle than Ethan. He has such a good, hard, quick swing. Really waits on the ball.
Screwball misses low. Another screwball down and away. Not quite keeping up on the count here on our graphics. Slider outside is ball 4. Ethan Ibarra will take a trip over to first base.
Ooh, that's trouble for the Legends. Both teams have a walk already. There's Kyle Letter. Let's see if he can show some patience here.
Screwball inside. Eder turns on it way back, but Taravella in front of the container. Once again, I think the wind pushed that one back in at him.
Yeah, he hit that ball pretty well. He got his hips in on that, turned on it really well. Got a little extension, but just didn't go.
I'll bring up Tanner Roundy with 1 on, 1 out. Slider misses inside. 1-1.
Yeah, with that wind kind of stopping the ball. I'd give advantage to the Vaderz tonight.
Slider misses way outside, 2-1. The wiffle ball bettors definitely agreeing with that sentiment, Adam. 346,000 wiffle ball points being bet on the Vaderz. Screwball inside, and that one's gonna get out. Tanner Roundy with a 2-run blast to open the scoring.
The ball had no trouble carrying to right field there. That got way out of here, Greg. And I don't know if that's hit as hard as some of the others, but man, he got extension on that pitch, down and away.
Little backside blast for Tanner Roundy. Opens the scoring. Vaderz ahead, 2-0.
See how fast they get those bets closed before more come in on the Vaderz. I know when I'm doing Twitch producer, my finger's right on that button as soon as something happens. I don't want to give any cheap bets away.
Our bookmakers in New York have instructed our producers to set all the lines at a pick'em throughout the playoff. We'll let the market determine any odds. Right now, Legends bettors would be getting almost 2-1.
Here's Gio, over 1,000 OPS. Not many players have over 1,000 OPS. He's really putting together a good year.
Slider high and away. 2-2 to Battistoni. Screwball turned on. That one's going to get out too. Back-to-back home runs to right field. 3-0 Vaderz.
Good piece of hitting there by Gio. Just dropped the barrel, the bat head on it, and sent it out of here. See a lot of familiar faces in the chat tonight. Seed Cribs, we got Dodo's there, we got Al from the Bombers. I saw Hito earlier in the chat. Storm Glider, I believe I saw Storm Glider in there as well. Here's Alicott.
Slider swung on and missed. Hutt falls behind 0-2. Hutt, a late addition to this Vaderz squad, picked up via a free agent chip somewhere about mid-season. Slider swung on and missed. Hutt will strike out for the third and final out, but not before a 2-run shot from Tanner Roundy, followed immediately by a solo shot from Gio Battistoni, puts the Vaderz ahead 3-0. As we move into the top of the second inning, and the top of the second inning is brought to you by Leilani Acuna, the official realtor of PLW. Whether you're buying or selling a home, you now have a realtor trusted by PLW players and family. You can connect with Leilani on Instagram at Leilani Acuna. Got a current poll up there, series result. We'll see if our producers can drop that down for us on the left-hand side of the screen. Do you think it's going to be the Vaderz in a sweep, the Legends in a sweep, or Vaderz 2-1 or Legends 2-1? Right now, a lot of votes coming in Vaderz 2-1. They think that we're going to see a Game 3, Adam.
Yeah, I believe that as well. I mean, I think the Vaderz are heavily favored in this game. But I think Game 2, the Legends are going to come through there. It's going to be a do-or-die game for them. They might have Alex Garcia back. Billy won't have the innings anymore, depending on how they manage it tonight.
Billy Osgood, he'll step in the 6th hole. First pitch, rolled over to Hutt. He delivers it in the backstop for the first out.
Shadow still coming into play here. Makes it a little tougher on some right-handed pitchers. As that ball goes through 2 different zones. Can kind of disappear on you.
That'll turn over the lineup to Nick Sansone. He led off this game with a walk. He looks at a knuckleball inside for ball 1. Swung on, popped up. Gio Battistoni underneath it at second base for the second out. Bring in Jason Stevenson, reach first base on a fielder's choice in the first inning.
See a little bit of difference in the Legends lineup now that they're down. Showed some very patient at-bats early, and yeah, they're pretty quick swingers now. Let's see if Stevenson gets something started.
Knuckleball away, 2-1. Swung on. Lot of spin. Fooled Ethan Ibarra.
Did that ball get tacoed, Greg?
It did. Watch this instant replay at home. You'll see the amazing amount of RPMs imparted onto this wiffle ball. Ibarra was going to his right. Reversed his field, went back left. But that ball moved at least 6 to 7 feet off the bounce.
A little reward for hitting a ball as hard as he did. Yeah, you get a taco, then he'll get some spin, even though the ball died.
Casey Taravella steps in with 2 outs and man on first. Looks at ball 1. That's high. That's left side. Will it stay fair? It won't. That ball was hammered, but just got pushed.
And I think that was a lot closer than the Vaderz thought.
It was very, very close.
I'm glad I'm not an umpire. I might have got the wrong call there.
Instead, he'll put this one up the middle. Ibarra will take a couple steps over to second base for the force and retire the Legends. So it stays 3-0. As the Legends will head back out to the field. Talk a little bit about that defensive improvement for the Legends this season. Ethan Wigfield showed up, starts playing good shortstop for the Legends, and then, of course, the trade for Trench Pacone to shore up the left-hand side. This was an Achilles heel for the Legends in season pass. Also, Casey Taravella in the outfield. That trio really the heart of the Legends defense.
Indeed, and one of the biggest things when they acquired Trench Pacone is he was able to show them how to play defense. They were trying to field him like, baseball.
Sure.
He comes over and just knocking everything down, and now you see both Corral and Ethan Wigfield doing the same thing, much like yourself, just knocking the ball down, and there's like 4 other guys around you that can pick it up and throw it.
Yeah. One of the analogies that I have to tell people is we have exit velocities that are close to major league exit velocities, but it's half the distance.
Yeah, half the distance.
So you have very, very little time to react to it. If you're trying to field it cleanly as if you need to make a play and pivot to first base, which you don't need to do, then you might see a ball go right underneath you. Billy Santiwan leads off. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Screwball will miss high, 2-1. Swung on. Billy Santiwan will split the 5-6 hole, and he's got a lead-off base hit.
Stevenson throws that ball to the side. He doesn't want it. He's got the one he wants. Here's Ethan Ibarra. Wonder if these righties are going to start looking oppo here. He was.
He was looking oppo. He's going to pop it up into right field. Derek Corral way off second base, calls off the outfielder, makes the play himself.
He's one of the guys that got a vote from myself for a Gold Glove. I think he's very underrated there. Quick feet, always makes good throws.
That'll bring up Kyle Etter. with one out. He's going to shoot this one into left field, a no-doubter. 2-run shot will extend the Vaderz lead 5-0.
Kyle Letter really has been the best hitter on this Vaderz squad in the second half. He had a little bit of a slow start, chasing, speed, chasing breaking balls low, and he kind of put it together, and he's one of the hottest hitters in the league right now.
Kyle Letter was talked about all throughout the season as one of the Rookie of the Year candidates. We will find out this week who walks away with that Rookie of the Year award.
Very close race.
We'll also be announcing 3 other awards tonight, all involving players who are present and playing this evening. Tanner Roundy steps in. Tanner Roundy had a 2-run homer opposite field in his last at-bat. Screwball, he's going to go right side.
Oh, misplayed that one. It's going to get to the wall, Greg.
Tanner Roundy's going to get all the way to second after Billy Osgood, unable to get in front of that ball, hits the pink box sign.
And it looks like Stevenson has had enough. He's going to walk off the field. They're going to bring in Taravella here. This is an interesting move. Down 5-0. I wonder if the Vaderz are thinking about removing Billy from this game. After Billy, their bullpen, it's a big drop-off.
Yeah, it's been pitching depth has been an issue for the Vaderz. If they have any weakness, that is probably it. Billy Santiwan, as dominant as he is, not exactly backed up by as reliable arms. Tanner Roundy, I believe, might lead the league in walks. I think he just leads the league in walks, period.
Yeah, I was looking at their bullpen. So you have 3 guys, right? You have Roundy, you have Walker, and you have someone else I forgot. Oh, Nate Stepna hasn't been around in a long time.
You have Kenny Santiwan.
So
and you have Walker. Sai pitches a little bit. He's got 10 innings pitched, and Ethan has 10 innings pitched.
Okay, so the most innings are Roundy and Walker in there, and they have close to the same ERA. Those will probably be your game 2, and if it goes to game 3, starters as well. I don't see them utilize Walker as much as they should. I think they want to put their, all their eggs in like Kyle Letter on the mound and Roundy as well.
Yeah, Roundy and Walker. Roundy 4.38, Walker 4.4 ERA. Roundy with 48 innings pitched. Walker 63.
63, but a lot of those came from the other teams he played on this year.
Yeah. He has played for the Night Owls before he was traded over to the Vaderz. That's right. Yeah. 3 different uniforms this season.
Slicing.
Battistoni's going to pop it up into left field. Billy Osgood, kind of a late jump there. Made the adjustment, brings it in. For the out, I'll bring up Alec Hutt. Swing and a miss. Casey Taravella, normally the Legends Game 1 starter, will come in relief of Stevenson after he got dinged up a little bit.
Seems like the Legends strategy to Huck is just sliders down and away, and they seem to be working.
Another pitch away. Make it 1-2. High pop fly. Derek Corral tracking it. Gathers it in for the 3rd and final out.
Ooh, he just missed that one, Greg.
That's all right. We know the same thing. We have 2 of those.
Alec Hutt, a late addition to the squad, picked up free agent by the Vaderz. Baseball player, has that baseball acumen. Still making the adjustments that we often see ball players have to make out here to become proficient wiffle ball players.
We actually met Alec Hutt when we ended up going to one of these little bar tournaments, and I think Ethan Ibarra was there as well. And so from that team that beat us, we had the Sand Vipers, we were just running over everyone. And then we faced some team where we didn't really know anybody. It's like, who are these punks? And it was like 23 to 21 we got beat by, and they just hit so many home runs. And then it turns out it's Ethan Ibarra and Alec Hutt, who we didn't know who they were then. And now they're pretty well known here in the PLW. Both, were used free agentships. Ethan, like the week later, they picked him up, and then it took some time for them to get Alec Hutt out here.
Yep. Vaderz traded for another free agentship, able to pick up Alec Hutt. Alec, they had to race to get 20 games played, 20 appearances for Alec Hutt, so he could be eligible to bat here in the playoffs. They were able to do so. Santiwan returns to the hill for the Vaderz. Derek Corral steps in for the Legends. swing and foul that one back into the strike zone.
It's a good pitch to hit there. It's left up a little bit. Just missed it.
Comebacker. Santiwan will gather it easily for the first out of the inning. .368 viewers joining us live on Twitch. This is game one of a best-of-3 series. One team is able to win both, will be done for the evening, and that team will punch their ticket into the championship. Trench Picone steps in and looks at a knuckleball away. Santiwan does have one walk against him. Swung on and missed. 1-2 to Picone.
Looks like he hurt his back there a little bit. When you were talking about massage, is that what it was, the issue?
Yeah, Trench's lower back was aching him. We got him into an immersion table. We got him some anti-inflammatories, got him to the massage table, but oh, he's not looking good. Wincing in pain.
Yeah, that was not
swings and miss there.
That was not 100% swing there.
They do have guys on the bench. I wonder if Picone isn't going to pull himself from this game. That was genuine pain.
It was. Tony Garay, I don't believe, is playoff eligible.
He is not, however. They do have Ethan Wigfield.
They do.
Chris Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
Osgood. Late swing, gets a piece of it, fouls it back into the zone. 0-2. Looks like we got another pole up there. Gio Battistoni ranges over from second base. Gathers it in for the third and final out. And we'll move to the top of the third.
So here's a poll you're talking about. Will Billy Santiwan throw a complete game? I would vote no, because I would think they would pull him at some point if they keep scoring.
Yeah, you really think they want to spread out his innings across the first 2 games and just try to get the clean sweep here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you look at the Vaderz, their weakness is the bullpen, and they're going to use all Billy's innings, 6 innings here. That's going to put them in a bad spot for the rest of the series, and then I might like the Legends.
As we look out at some spectators on the container, got some players in the PLW taking in some playoff action.
Dodos there.
Dodos.
Is that Smitty?
That's Schmitty up there.
And then the guy on the far right over there, I saw him like taking some. Wait, no.
He's a Legends fan. I believe he came here with Ethan Wigfield tonight.
Okay.
It's Ethan's intern.
I see Walker. Probably the first guy out of the bullpen. I don't know if he's like stretching or standing there. Not really sure what he's doing.
Walker hanging out along the first baseline, out by right field. Santiwan will step in. Here in the bottom of the third, he's led off every inning so far. He's got a ground out and a base hit.
Hit went through the 5-6 hole last time up.
Slider away. 1-2.
Looks like the poll agreed with me. No, he will not throw a complete game.
Taravella comes inside, pulls the string. Santiwan way out in front of it and will strike out for the first out.
Legends still confident they can come back and win this game as they're going to their ace here.
Red Devils 9 in the chat. Always good to see you. Pitch inside from Taravella is a ball. 1-1 to Ibarra. Slider turned on, hit very high. Not an easy play. Osgood calls off Wigfield last second, wisely so. Comes forward and makes the out. That was hit a mile high. Kyle Letter steps in, 2-run shot in the bottom of the second. He's going to shoot this one to left field. Billy Osgood, busy man. Gather it in. Let's just make quick work of the Vaderz here in the bottom of the third. Vaderz unable to tack on any to their 5-0 lead. Legends running out of innings here in game number 1. Here's Brad Ogden down there trying to fire up his crew.
Looks like the Vaderz are sticking with Billy. This will be his 4th inning pitched, which will leave him 5 left in the series.
If you're managing the Vaderz, what kind of lead do you need to pull him out right here in this inning? Is 5 runs enough?
I mean, with the way the wind's blowing, no Alex Garcia in the lineup, I think maybe I put some trust in Walker or Tanner Roundy.
We'll go with Billy.
With if the wind was blowing out, then I would keep Billy in longer. But with the way the wind is, I think I want to save his innings. And by not having him pitch this inning, we have 6 left.
Nick Sansone will step in here in the top of the 4th. He'll swing at the first pitch.
Oh, that was a nasty knuckleball there.
So much late movement from that Santiwan knuckleball. It might not look like much from that center field camera on stream, but from our perspective, we can see that movement. It'll dance side to side. It'll drop down at the last second like it's falling off a table.
So hard to square up. Rolled over.
Sansone's going to roll over to Battistoni, and he's going to turf it. Sansone will get to first on a throwing error.
Little lackadaisical. Didn't really have his footwork. Kind of a lazy throw in there, and then poof, that's his second. Well, you didn't really give him a throwing error on the double play, but he had so much time.
Going to score that E4. Jason Stevenson swings and misses at the first pitch.
Stevenson might look to go oppo here. He's got a lot of room on that right side.
Santiwan comes way inside. I don't think that was a knuckleball. I think he might have tried a screwball there. Knuckleball will get Stevenson to strike out. He'll be the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Casey Taravella. It's 1 on, 1 out. Taravella checks his swing, but it's in there, 55. He falls behind 0-2.
1 out, Sansone on first base.
60 miles per hour is too hot. 55 mile per hour speed limit here in PLW for a called strike. And so it's 1-2.
Ooh.
Swing and a miss. Way outside. Taravella fooled badly on that pitch. 2 outs. Runner on first in the form of Nick Sansone for Derek Corral.
Legends really need to get something going here in the 4th.
Swung on, rolled over. Alec Hutt gets in front of it at third. He's got plenty of time to pick it up. Throw it to Gio Battistoni for the force out. 4.49 on the home stopwatch. Looked like he had plenty of time. So, the Vaderz make quick work of the Legends there in the bottom of the 4th. We'll move to the top. Excuse me, we'll move to the bottom of the 4th now. Casey Taravella will return to the mound for the Legends.
Both aces still in the game here. 5-0, a little wind blowing in.
As a reminder to our viewers, you're used to seeing 3 games per night. You might see 3 games tonight. However, this is a best-of-3 series. 2 wins will move on. Winner of this game will punch their ticket in the PLW Championship, and they will face the winner of tomorrow's matchup between the Snappers and the Ones. As we take a look at that graphic, right back here tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Speaking of the Ones, it looks like that's Ryan Chen that's made it to the field. He's going to be getting up on the container with his teammate there, Cody Schmitty.
The Ones are in the house. I believe it's AK, Spencer Barrick, Ryan Chen, all joining Cody up on the container. Beautiful wiffle ball weather this evening in Las Vegas. Tanner Roundy will look at ball 1 low. Swing and a miss. 1-2 to Roundy. And pop this one up. Some late communication from the Legends. They figured it out eventually. Apparently, Corral was telling Taravella to get it. Manager Brad Ogden admonishing him, call your own name and not the other guy. 1 out for Gio Battistoni. Slider way inside, 1-1. Popped up. Ethan Wigfield calls for it at second base, brings it in, 2 outs.
That pitch looks so hittable at the last second, just boom, buried right in on his hands. Couldn't do much with it.
Alicott will step in, strikeout and a flyout, looking for his first hit.
Looking for his first hit and also trying not to be the last out for the 3rd time. Legends pitching staff still continues to throw away to Alicott.
That's high. That's spinning. Osgood tracking into center field. Makes the play. 3 up, 3 down for the Vaderz.
Legends running out of time here as they're going to bat in the top of the 5th. 6 outs left in this game for the Legends to put something together.
We'll have the number 4 hole due up. Excuse me, the number 5 hole due up, which was Trent Picone.
Looks like he's putting his batting gloves on. He's going to give it another shot.
The Legends medical staff might have attended to Picone in between innings. Possibly a cortisone shot. Maybe put him on a decompression table. What do they call that? Traction. Might have brought him in the container, stretch him apart a little bit.
We'll see how he looks after he lets that first swing loose. Billy's still in the game here as we look at the ones up there on the container. Is that Sashi Boba on the right?
It's the ones plus a Warbird and a Cajun occupying the center seats on the left field container. Right back up the middle, Trench Picone. Put it back where it came from. He's aboard with a leadoff base hit here. Top of the 5th.
And Trench continues to hit Billy well. 1 for 3 tonight against him. But look at him one first. That one hurt him. He's going to be feeling that one tomorrow.
Knuckleball misses away. Look, he just looks so peaceful in there. Inside, but good enough to hit the pan. 1-2. That's that screwball.
Yeah, at 60 miles an hour as well.
That came way inside. Fooled Osgood. He strikes out for the first out.
And that ball almost hit him.
Current poll up, who will pitch the 6th inning? Billy or anybody else? Fans still think that Billy won't throw a complete game here. But Billy is the manager making the decisions on this team.
He is the manager, and you know, when I'm pitching, I like to stay in and just go the whole distance. And
Sansone's going to roll over to Battistoni. He'll flip it to a bar at second, gets the force out, unable to get the out at first base, so Sansone will reach first.
And another ball turfed by this Vader defense.
Just a little too fast. The ones are making their presence known here at Hideaway Field. Not sure if we've ever experienced heckling. Stevenson out in front of that one, but fouls it back into the monitor. Way outside. Hideaway Field is filling up. 1 walk against Billy Santi-One. Stevenson will fight that one off. 2-2. Swing and a miss from Stevenson. The Legends will strand Nick Sansone at first. Unable to tack any on. It remains 5-0.
Got Got a familiar face, Alfonso, here in the sky deck.
There's Alfonso. Great to see him up there. Hey, Alfonso was often on the other side of that camera in seasons 1, 2, 3. A member of the old ranch crew. Great to see Alfonso back up here. It looks like one of our new robotic cameras trying to get a shot straight up into the Skycam deck.
It looks like they're going to go to JT Church here. Here in the bottom of the fifth.
JT Church, we talked about, you informed me he had 18 scoreless innings.
He was dominating until his last series. He pitched against the ones and got kind of hit around a little bit, but pitched, I think, 2.1 innings, gave up a couple home runs, 3 or 4 runs.
What's his best pitch? He's got that riser.
When I faced him, yeah, it was the riser. And then I think he was putting together a little bit of a screwball, if I remember. You know, when you face some pitchers that don't have a lot of experience, you're kind of going there a little bit overconfident, thinking, okay, maybe I'm going to try for a home run here. And then, he was one of those guys, and he kind of surprised me a little bit. Didn't really have good at-bats against him.
JT often targets a lower part of the strike zone. He'll face off against Santiwan here in the bottom of the fifth.
Santiwan's 4th time to lead off an inning.
Swing and a miss.
Good pitch there by Church.
Santiwan approaching Church from way up in front of the batter's box. Riser. Santiwan holds off.
Yeah, good job by Santiwan to recognize that pitch and let it go. Leave it up there.
Go with the drop ball, miss low.
Billy 1 for 3 tonight, I believe.
Pop that one back into the banner. We'll stay 1-2. And ground out, base hit, strikeout for Santiwan.
Santiwan used to hit Oppo a lot, but you haven't been seeing that from him lately.
Yeah, Santiwan has changed his approach several times. He saw many defenses start to adjust and play him like he was a left-handed batter, and he started pulling the ball more in response to that.
And then I see the Legends aren't playing him to go Oppo anymore, but he didn't really make an adjustment there. But good AB there. Draw a walk there. There's Ethan Ibarra.
Riser outside, gets Ibarra to swing and miss.
Yeah, Riser almost acts like a changeup, too, because it kind of bugs Bunny on you a little bit, as Ethan was out in front of that one.
As the air enters the ball, it might slow it down a little bit as it's rising. Come back with the drop ball, miss low.
Almost sounded like that finger ball where some of the players stick their finger in there, it makes a little snap, and then it drops.
Church came high and inside. Ibarra turned on it, but hit it foul.
Church got away with one there. It's just kind of hung up there for Ibarra to hit.
That was meaty. Hey, Dungeon. Yeah, I've got, in between innings, come on up to the booth. I've got a little present for you in response to your message. Riser outside, same as the first pitch to Ibarra. It'll also be the last as he strikes out.
Little fist bump by JT Church there after recording that strikeout, making a great pitch on that outside corner.
That'll bring up Kyle Letter with 2 outs. Excuse me, 1 out. Billy Santiwan walked. Riser inside for ball 1. Turned on, but hammered foul.
I'm sure the Vaderz would like a little insurance here so they could save an inning from Billy. Very curious to see how they're going to play this.
Inside. Vader has to get out of the way of that one.
Church did walk out in his last appearance against the ones, throwing 1.1 innings.
Swung on. Trench Bacone. Oh, he's down on the ground in pain. Corral will pick it up and make the out, but Trench is not feeling good out there.
Another taco ball, it looked like.
What a play. And he's especially So especially remarkable to make it in the physical condition that he's in. He's obviously uncomfortable. Kyle Etter gets to first on a fielder's choice. Billy Santiwan forced out at second base. Kyle Etter's going to have a leadoff. Oh, no. Just run. He's okay, 4.68, a little lackadaisical. But that is the third and final out recorded at second base.
Yeah, I see in the chat they're asking how many games the championship series, and yes, you are correct, Sidekick. It's 5 games, best of 5. That'll be on a Thursday, and unless there's a sweep, then we would go to Friday to play the final 2 games.
As I am just reaching down into my backpack to supply the dungeon with some much-needed hardware that they need to.
Looks like Billy has decided to keep himself in the game so he can get that complete game.
Yeah, despite what the chat thought was going to happen and what we both kind of wish would happen, Billy Santiwan has kept himself into this game.
We'll see how that helps him in the rest of the series. Legend's good at, forcing bullpens once the ace is out.
Knuckleball, swing and miss from Casey Taravella. Current poll up. Do you agree with Billy's decision? 61 miles per hour. Taravella spotted it the whole way. He'll hold off. Swing and a miss. Taravella will strike out. Legends down to 2 outs. Derek Corral will take the long walk down the third baseline.
Billy looking to close this game out, get a complete game shutout in the playoffs.
That ball.
Oh, that ball down so much.
All I can do is just shake my head.
It changed direction like 3 times. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Hammered. Kyle Etter unable to get in front of it. Corral go all the way to second.
Impressive swing by Corral there. That ball moved a lot too, and somehow he's able to get barrel on it. End up on second base. Trench Pecone up now. I believe he's 1 for 3. Had a base hit up the middle last time that they barely stopped it from hitting the wall. Trench has a good approach against Billy. Let's see him go up the middle again.
He goes down in a heap. Manager Brad Ogden is saying, you're all right. I don't know that he is. He's clearly not all right.
Well, he's going to be a lot better if he can square one up here.
And he does. He puts it in. Oh, my goodness. Kyle Etter makes the play. We both had that down as an RBI single, but Kyle Etter robs Pecone.
Good job by Etter staying on that ball and timing it just right.
That ball had dip. It looked like it was going back down. Kyle Etter just gets his hands extended. 2 outs. Legends trail by 5.
Down to their final out here. I don't remember seeing any other Legends in second base, unless they had first and second one time.
Knuckleball in there, 51 miles per hour. 1-2. $59. 2-2.
Billy looking as advertised here. He's 1 pitch away for a complete game shutout.
Hammered right up the middle, an RBI single for Billy Osgood. And the Legends will not be shut out here in game 1.
Billy Osgood says not today as he hits that one up the middle. Motioning back to the booth. That's 1. And that is 1. Down by 4 now. Can the Legends get something going here?
Nick Sansone has hit the ball hard on one occasion. He got on base via an error and a fielder's choice. He's going to hit the ball hard again. It's off the hands of Hutt. A dirty double will put Nick Sansone on second base, and Billy Osgood will hold at third.
Legends have something going here. This could be an incredible comeback, Greg, as we see Jason Stevenson stepping up to the plate.
Home run here.
Any hits for Stevenson tonight?
Yes, base hit in the second inning.
Looks like Stevenson 1 for 4. Right side is open.
That ball danced back inside. Looked like it was headed wide, and it came right back in. Pop fly, right side. Battistoni underneath it. Looked like Tanner Roundy might spoil it, but Battistoni does get it for the third and final out. Vaderz take game number 1, 5-1. Billy Santiwan pitches a complete game. Not a shutout, though.
Billy
He
Osgood made
refused to
sure
be
of
shut
that.
out. As we pay off the wiffle ball points, I want to thank all of you for joining us here in game number 1. 430 viewers joining us live on Twitch. The Vaderz take game 1 of this best of 3 playoff series. We're going to get an interview lined up for you, and we're also going to find out who the starting pitchers will be for game number 2 right after this. Welcome back to Hideaway Field. You are watching Premier League Wiffle. Greg Kelly along with Adam Tannick. This is a playoff series between the Vaderz and the Legends. Vaderz took game number 1 by a score of 5-1. And we'll move on immediately into game number 2. As we get the starting pitchers will be Tanner Roundy for the Vaderz, Billy Osgood for the Legends. Wiffle ball bettors, use that information as you will. Adam, Billy Santiwan threw a complete game, but we're gonna get our attention down to the sideline right now. We've got Trench Pacone on the horn. Trench, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
Trench, we got to ask you about what looked like to be some obvious pain you were in game number 1. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm trying to mask it a little bit. I mean, you saw me earlier today. I don't know if I have like a pinched nerve or whatever. I've always had a bad back, but untimely for sure. Took some medicine and whatnot to try to get it going. And every time I make a diving play or a bad swing or something like that, it really aggravates it.
So now, despite that pain that you're feeling, we saw that you had a hit right back up the middle. You also made a diving play over at third base. Do you find yourself going to continue in this series?
Yeah, I mean, I got to go down fighting. I mean, we've played all year. We've played tough. I feel like we're a balanced squad. If there's any indication that this is going to go to game 3, you could look at last night after the Sand Vipers got smoked with a no-hitter. They came back and won game number 2 and fought hard in game number 3. I expect our team to come out on fire as Alex Garcia shows up right now. But I'm confident in our guys right now. I think, we started seeing Billy pretty good towards the end. We've always hit Tanner pretty well, and I think that we're going to see a game 3 coming up.
Trench, I want to thank you so much for the interview. Take care of that bat, get out there, and good luck in game number 2.
And as we saw there on the screen, look who just showed up.
Alex Garcia has arrived here at Hideaway Field. That's going to be a big bat adding to this Legends lineup.
Absolutely. 1,200 OPS. He is their leading hitter, one of the top 5 hitters in the league. He probably will come in maybe for, either Billy or Trench. We'll see. Brad does like Billy a lot. Billy did get that RBI, the only RBI of the game. So I'm curious to see where they're going to fit Alex Garcia into this lineup here.
Yeah, let's get the, when we get a chance, oh, there they go. They're on top of it down in the dungeon. We are switching home and away for each game in this series. So the Vaderz, now the away team here in game number 2, the Legends, the home team, will bat second. So we'll see where Alex Garcia slots into that lineup. We need to see Derek Corral and Alex Garcia, so expect that entire lineup to get thrown into a blender. and we'll just adjust as it happens.
I see a lot of points coming in. If we can open up that, I'd like to see where they're going, because right now I'll be putting all my points on the Legends.
Yeah, and the wiffle ball points are not going on the Legends right now. 250,000 on the Vaderz, 100,000 on the Legends, getting 2.5 to 1 on a Legends bet right now.
Wow, I would put, if I was logged in right now, I'd put 200K on the Legends. Like, go all in on the Legends right here. I say that with the disclaimer that I have lost 5 of my last 8 bets, so know that as well. But this is a must-win for the Legends. The Vaderz only have 3 innings left of Billy Santuan. Alex Garcia in that lineup.
Speaking of Billy's, Billy Osgood is going to take the mound for the Legends to start off game number 2 here.
Veteran pitcher, leads in a lot of categories for career stats. Not the good ones, but he has a lot of experience, knows how to control the ball.
He's got a big sweeping curveball, a slurve. Actually has its own, it's dubbed the Osgood.
The Osgood, yep. Him and Wilson and Walker as well, who's here today, have the 3 best sliders in the PLW.
Yeah, you can't tell from our center field camera, but when you're looking at it, it looks like it's coming right at your head, dips back down. Players actually sometimes get in the way of a pitch. It would be a strike.
I'm real curious to see what they're doing with Alex in this lineup here. I see Brad walking by.
We will find out when the Legends do come to bat in the bottom part of this inning. We expect the same lineup from the Vaderz. They've pretty much rolled out the same 6 guys for the latter half of this season. Santuan, Ibarra, Eder, Roundy, Battistoni, Hutt. Here we go. Game number 2 underway. Billy Osgood on the mound for the Legends. Billy Santuan leading off for the Vaderz.
Billy versus Billy.
First pitch is a screwball down into the turf for ball 1.
First time I've seen Osgood throw a screwball. I might have missed some of his other starts, but it's the first that I've seen.
Slider inside, 2-1 to Santuan. Another slider popped up. Billy Osgood will do a little bunny hop and cradle it in for out number 1. I'll bring up Ethan Ibarra. Ibarra hitless game 1. Did have a walk.
Let's see how Osgood approaches Ethan in this first at bat here.
Go with that screwball again.
This time he gets in for a strike. I wonder if Stevenson taught him how to throw that.
Yeah, Stevenson said he's been throwing that screwball since he was a little kid. His dad taught him.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly one of the best screwball, if not the best screwball in the league from Jason Stevenson. Slider, curves back in. Ibarra gets all of it, but it's not enough. Casey Taravella brings it into the Cheers Beauty sign. 2 outs. Bring up Kyle Eder. Eder had a 2-run blast in the second inning in game number 1. He's going to have a 1-run blast here in game number 2. Vaderz open the scoring again. 1-0.
And just like that, the Vaderz are leading again here. Game number 2. Eder does a little celebration, and now he's walking in.
Kyle Eder tells everybody to shh when he comes across home plate. That's his little signature home run celebration. He's anything but quiet. You always know when Eder's in the parking lot. Bring up Tanner Roundy. Roundy went 2 for 4 in game number 1. He's going to pop this one sky-high center field. Nick Sansone underneath it. Gonna gather it in for the 3rd out, but not before a solo shot from Kyle Eder opens it up for the Vaderz, 1-0. Wiffle ball points starting to even up a little bit, but the Vaderz still got most of the votes here in game number 2. We'll see if that changes after we see the opening performance by Tanner Roundy. Roundy's had the walk bugaboo quite a bit here in Season 4, Adam.
He has. Anytime we face him, we just try to be very patient and just get into the bullpen. His stuff is pretty nasty. He features screwball And as you see it right there in his warm-ups. But yeah, like you said, control has been an issue. We'll see how patient the Legends will be here.
We will fill in the batting lineup as they come to bat here for the Legends in game number 2. Do still expect Nick Sansone to lead off, but we might see Garcia slot in second. Otherwise, Sansone, Stevenson, and question marks after that.
Roundy, the lefty, will get to face 2 lefties in this Legends lineup, in Garcia and Sansone.
Excuse me, go ahead.
Vaderz adjusting their defense here against Sansone.
This time of day, very bright over on the right side. Sun very low in the sky, shining right into the second and first baseman's eyes.
You could see Gio Battistoni, the only one with the sunglasses. They moved him out there.
Nick Sansone will swing and miss.
Good slider there from Roundy.
Screwball, 55 in there will get Nick Sansone looking for the first out.
I think that was the nastiest pitch thrown tonight. I mean, there were some good sliders and knuckleballs, but that pitch right there, oh my God. And double Nichols Craig.
Sharp, cutting, heart of the pan. Froze Sansone. Go screwball again, but it'll get away from him for ball 1. Looks like Alex Garcia will indeed hit in the 2-hole. Just a little bit in front of it.
Really waited on that ball. It's one thing that makes Alex Garcia, a lot like Andrew Ledet, so good, is able to wait. Really see what that pitch is going to do before committing to a swing.
Screwball, center field. Kyle Etter gets after it, makes the play. A great jump by Kyle Etter to rob Garcia of a possible extra base hit.
Read that ball right off the bat, didn't miss a step, full extension, makes another incredible play in the outfield by Kyle Etter.
Ooh, look at the marks on his leg.
Ouch. Or is that a tattoo?
Oh, is it?
Yes.
It might have a whole paragraph there. Screwball outside.
Misses way up and away.
Slider, hammered, left field. That one's not coming back. Casey Taravella will even the score with a solo shot of his own.
Slider got a little bit too much of the plate there, and Taravella was just able to crush it. As he comes around third.
Legends will not have to wait until the 6th inning to open the scoring here in game number 2. It's 1-1.
As I see some more bets coming in the Legends.
The numbers start ticking up on the number 1 side. You can always see who else in the chat has bet on the same team or the other side as you. If you've got a blue number 1 or a magenta number 2 next to your screen name, you know who's bet on who.
Looks like Evan made the right bet.
Derek Corral will fight that one off. Just cast his hands out last second.
Hito in the chat is back in the Vaderz this game. Cade Cribbs also on the Vaderz.
A lot of magenta 2s. Spiked down into the turf.
Trying to be a little silly there, throw off some timing. Didn't work that time.
Screwball swung on and missed. Derek Corral will strike out for the 3rd and final out of the inning, but not before a solo shot by Casey Taravella has evened the score.
We got ourselves a ball game here. Must win for the Legends, or we'll all be going home.
Winner of this game will punch their ticket into the PLW Championship. Let's take a look at that playoff graphic. Let me take a look at who's playing who and when. Today is the top of the graphic there, Tuesday, June 14th, Vaderz versus Legends. Winner moves on. They will face the winner of tomorrow's series between the Ones and the Snappers. And then on Thursday, we'll begin our best-of-5 series in the PLW Championship. If one team wins all 3 games, it is over. Any other result will come back on Friday to finish up. 1-1, Vaderz Legends as we move to the top of the second. Billy Osgood returns to the hill for the Legends. Gio Battistoni.
I see a question there, how the pitching works in a 5-inning series. We'll address that as soon as we get a little pause here.
And we'll take that one on in between innings. Do have to make some adjustments for that. Gio Battistoni turns on that one. Trench Pacone looking a little more mobile. And he's going to go right back to the side there.
And once again, Battistoni gets a slider that bears in on his hands, and all he could do is get it on the little handle, and another easy out. Ball is probably 8 inches inside.
In between innings, we're going to have an award to announce. Trench Pacone dives after that one. He didn't know much about that ball after he stopped it, but he makes the play. Oh, 504 from one watch. 5 even and 492. 14.96 is the average between the 3 watches. Trench Pacone makes the play.
Couldn't have been any closer there, but they got the right call. Just under 5 seconds. And as they're talking there, pitching in a 5-game series. The first night with the 3-game series is exactly how it always is. And the second night is exactly the same, except it's 1 less game.
Right side. And another great play. Nick Sansone sliding, making the catch.
Oh my God, I've never seen Sansone move that fast and that agile and making a great play there. Way to go, Sansone.
A 1-2-3 inning for the Legends. And I think after those 2 outstanding plays by Trench Pacone, it's time to announce our next Gold Glove winner. It is the man on the hot corner himself, Trench Pacone. Our 4th Gold Glove winner of season number 4. Congratulations to Trench.
And how many times do you see it, Greg, that someone makes a great defensive play, and then what happens?
They come up and they hit one right back up the middle?
They're leading off. They're leading off.
Yeah, right. And Trench Pacone will indeed lead off here in the top of the 3rd. Excuse me, the bottom of the 2nd. We are in the bottom of the 2nd right now.
So once again, to reiterate, in a 5-game series, each night is just the exact same rule. So on night number 2, which would be Friday, it's only 2 games, but yes, pitchers are limited to 9 innings. So only 12 innings to cover, and your ace can throw 9 of those. Oh, did that
52, it did.
Such a sick pitch right there as Chad Phillips makes the call.
Tanner Roundy with the lefty. Screwball steps laterally off the mound and freezes Pacone.
2 sick pitches there. Just a roll of the dice. Didn't come up well for Trench there. As Billy Osgood will walk to the batter's box.
Osgood. Batting the 6th hole here. All right, I finally got this lineup set. Osgood's going to go right side. Will it get out? It will. Into the Garden of Serenity. Billy Osgood takes the lead for the Legends.
Another RBI for Billy Osgood. 3 runs scored total tonight, and 2 of them been hit by Osgood. And this is the first time, Greg, that the Legends have the lead.
Indeed. 2-1. Legends jump out.
Have these bets been closed? I don't see points coming in, so I think the bets are closed. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, we can't tell up here when the bets get closed unless we see numbers tacking up. Our producer will let us know in the chat. We can look at the Pocket Radar down below. All you have to do is swipe the screen to the side. You can punch up Pocket Radar on the screen, and then you can just see what the last pitch was.
So a little bit of pause in the action so you can go and just get the correct call. If nothing does come up, then it's up to the umpire. If the pitch by the umpire believes it's between 50 and 60, then it's a no pitch. But if it's obviously under 50, then it would count. Obviously over 60, then it would count.
Yeah, show our viewers at home. Just punch up the Pocket Radar. They can see what we're looking at on the app. or possibly not.
Okay, they couldn't really tell. So it's going to be a no pitch,
it is.
so we'll do that
Yeah, they
again.
couldn't tell. It read incorrectly the last pitch, read at 70. It obviously was not, so they're going to call it no pitch. And we're going to calibrate the radar with a test throw. But we're not going to see it because we've got to swipe. There it is, 58. That seems about right.
All right. Back on board. We just want to make sure we get the correct calls. It's fair for both teams.
Screwball miss high.
So now we're looking at 1-1.
Screwball hammered back where it came from. Tanner Roundy sticks out his hand. Just blocks it down.
Guns it into the backstop at 83 miles an hour.
Quick reflexes from Roundy, Rob Sansone.
Alex Garcia with a nice hit in his last at bat. Rod by Kyle Etter in center field. Screwball drops in there.
Garcia will look at a slider down and away. 1-2. Screwball inside, goes opposite way. Kyle Etter, no problem with this one. They'll bring it in for the third and final out.
Kyle Etter 2, Alex Garcia 0.
The Legends do jump ahead. A solo shot off the bat of Billy Osgood has given them a 2-1 lead as we move into the top of the third inning. Indeed, those wiffle ball points are indeed closed. And we've got another poll up. Do you still think the Vaderz are going to sweep? Or do you think that we are going to see a 2-1 result for either one of these teams?
The longer that Roundy can stay in the game, the better for the Vaderz. So far, I believe Roundy has no walks, which is a little bit surprising here.
That is correct.
Vaderz as a team can show a lot of patience and put a lot of pressure on a pitcher that's wild. But Roundy has found it so far, but he is down 2-1 here. So we go into the third inning. Ethan Ibarra leading off.
Last remnants of the sun still visible in right field and on the cap of Billy Osgood.
My back sweat has started to go away.
First pitch is a slider, but it's in there at 56 miles per hour for ball one. Screwball inside off the left arm of Ibarra. 2-1.
Not a lot of deep counts in this game, too.
Swung on, hit high, right side near the scoreboard, and that one is gone. Ethan Ibarra will even the score with a solo shot.
And just like that, the Legends lose their lead, and the Vaderz are back on the board, 2-2.
First hit of the series for Ibarra.
Nice approach there. He looked to go oppo last time up, and this time he got a little more of that ball. So it got way out of here.
That'll bring up Kyle Etter. Had a solo shot of his own in the top of the first. Tank outside pipe, but 56.
Whew, I know how that feels.
Miss high and away with that slider.
And he finds himself down 2-1 again to another hitter this inning.
Slider inside. 3-1 to Etter. It tanked 53 miles per hour on the inside part of the pipe.
I have to look at the replay. How did that ball hit? Looking from up here. Oh, man.
Yeah, we'd have to lean way over the fence in order to see that. High. Center field. Nick Sansone not able to make it. I think maybe Taravella should have called him off there.
Yeah, Taravella could have called a little bit early, but yeah, that ball is just so, they're so far away from that ball when it was hit. It's a tough play.
That'll be off the hand of Nick Sansone and into the back fence. A triple for Kyle Etter.
Top of the third, nobody out. Looking good for the Vaderz here. Runner on third base. Could get a sac fly.
Yeah, the one and only time that running is permitted here in Premier League Wiffle is when a runner is on third base with less than 2 outs. And he's not going to need to tag up here. It's a no-doubter from Roundy. Dead center field 2-run shot.
Ouch, and what a dagger into the Legend's heart right there. 2-run shot. Went from having the lead to now down by 2. Legends seem to have a hard time scoring runs tonight.
And as you mentioned earlier, Adam, they get one more inning out of Tanner Roundy. Then it's Billy time.
Yep.
Gio Battistoni will step in. Nobody out and nobody on after the 2-run shot from Roundy.
Oh, still nobody out. That's got to be disheartening for those Legends fans.
Slider inside. I want to apologize. A little bit of a lens flare on our camera looking at home plate. That will be gone soon.
Legends scouting report is just bury sliders in on Battistoni's hands, but he missed with the first 2.
Slider in there, 53 miles per hour. Battistoni nods his head. Oh, Ethan Wakefield got crossed up, but he does get his hand out. Osgood picks up the trash and delivers it home for the first out.
Good screwball by Osgood there. Had Battistoni reaching to protect.
Really good play by Wakefield there as well. Off the bat, brought his weight in one direction. Spin of the ball brought him back the other direction. Good reflexes. Comebacker. Billy Osgood will handle it.
And just like that, 2 quick outs. It's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Billy Santawan.
Slider misses way inside. Slider. Santawan way up in front of the box. Tries to cut it off. Fouls it down. Screwball fouled down into the turf. Popped up. Derek Corral underneath it at second base. Be the third and final out. Vaderz do reclaim the lead. 4-2. After a triple from Kyle Letter, followed by a 2-run shot from Tanner Roundy.
See a question here in the chat by Noisy Air. How many wiffle balls do we go through in a season? Well, we get a box of 500, and we go through them all. So, yeah, the answer is 500.
Yeah, 500, exactly.
Yep.
If we have 1 or 2 left, we'll bring them out and we'll hit them.
Yep.
We can say that we've used them. As we're off to sea during playoff time, members of PLW teams, friends, and family occupying the container in left field.
Got a lot of fans down on the left, or was that the left field line as well?
Yep. Little question from the side, what awards are being announced tonight? We will announce 2 more awards tonight. We already announced Gold Glove for Trench Pacone. We will also announce 2 more awards for 2 players that are in attendance tonight.
Some of those awards are Rookie of the Year, Cy Young, Gold Gloves. Are those all in play? MVP?
Yep. In fact, we'll announce our next award winner in between this inning as Taravella strikes out for the first out. Bring up Derek Corral. Screwball hit high, but not far enough. Kyle Etter underneath it in center field for the second out.
Legends really need to come back and make a statement here. Momentum totally shifted over to the Vaderz. Can't let them get away with that. Got to get something on here.
They'll bring up Trench Pacone with 2 away. Screwball hammered right side through the 5-hole of Billy Santiwan.
Another hard hit ball by Trench Pacone. Billy couldn't quite get down to stop that ball.
It's a match-up related league. Some guys hit certain guys pretty well.
I'd like to see Billy turn into a soccer goalie there and just get down and knock that ball in front of him, keep it in front of him.
Close that 5-hole. Don't need to field it cleanly. There's no extra points for making, a one-handed catch or for pivoting or making that turn. All those fundamentals that the baseball players learn is pretty much predicated upon the notion of fielding it cleanly so that you can beat a runner that's going to first base and pivoting and bringing your weight in that direction. We do really none of that here at PLW. We throw home, we're racing a clock. Another one Billy's direction. This time he does get in front of it, and he'll just flip it over to Ibarra for the force out. And as we alluded to in between innings here, we're going to announce our next award of Season 4. This one is going to go to Excellence in Managing. And your Season 4 Manager of the Year is Brad Ogden of the Legends.
Congratulations,
Everybody,
Brad.
take your hat off and give a round of applause to Brad Ogden. Brad is available. We're going to take a little bit of a break during warm-ups here to talk to Brad. Brad, I want to congratulate you on what you've done with this Legends squad. You came into PLW as the Tomahawks. You guys got roughed up quite a bit. You've made a few moves. You've shored up your defense. Your guys are really hitting. You're here in the playoffs. Talk a little bit about transforming this team.
Actually, just staying with our guys. I mean, we knew we could play. It's just a matter of figuring out wiffle ball, transferring from baseball, softball, whatever you want to say. I mean, we got literally 10 world championships on our team between the guys on our team in various softball, baseball. So, just figuring it out, transforming. I think, relegation was the best thing that ever happened to us. Because we literally said, if we die, we die. We'll play taco and we'll be fine. And we came out and had a good time. And ever since then, we've been a playoff team. Every year, we've been, right on the edge of the playoffs. Should be 3 years in a row, but divisional play with 19 and 20, didn't keep us out. So, but I like the way we got it. And adding Trench was the biggest move we've had. It took us from a last place team to a playoff team.
Brad, stick with us as we start the inning here. We'll come to you from time to time as you see Ethan Ibarra turn on the first pitch and foul it down the third baseline. Brad, how's the health of Trench Pacone right now? We saw him wincing a few times during at-bats and during defensive plays.
I think everybody at this time of year in the summer on this hard round is a little bit less than 100%. And we are the old guys. We're the oldest team in the league. And, when we added Trench, we actually got older. So, our one resident grandpa. So, no, it's just, but he's a gamer, and we're all gamers, and we're going to stand behind him and pick him up and keep going.
Brad, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations. Brad Ogden, your Season 4 Manager of the Year.
Thank you.
Kyle Etter will split the 5-6 hole, and he's aboard with a single.
That was a better swings I've seen out of Kyle Etter. That ball moved so much, such a big slider. He was able to get extension and pull it through the hole. Stayed on that beautifully.
One out, one on for Tanner Roundy. He'll roll over, double play ball. Trench Pacone will flip to second. Corral makes the force out. He does not get it to the center panel. It comes up just short. It might have been late anyway. So only get the force out at second. And Roundy will make it to first.
I don't remember any double plays tonight.
No.
Greg, they've all been turfed.
Yep, I'm writing FC on my, 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th time a double play attempt has been made. Nobody's turned one.
See you in the chat there. Kilted Dad Bod. The Snappers came through in Game 3, and they're going to be advancing to tomorrow.
Slider outside pipe, 50 miles per hour. All Battistoni can do is laugh.
That just feels like cheating, Greg.
Billy Osgood gets in front of it. Ethan Wakefield picks up the trash, hands it to Derek Corral at second base.
Good play. Battistoni obviously frustrated as he chunks the bat into the dugout.
2-run lead from the Vaderz. The Legends will look to try to even things up here in the bottom of the 4th. A much more closely contested game than game number 1. If you're just joining us, Vaderz did take game 1 5-1. It wasn't until the 6th inning that the Legends were able to get on the board. In game number 2, the Legends jumped out to a 1-run lead. It was evened up by the Vaderz, and then the Legends took the lead back.
Oh, man, Greg, I'm looking at the inning here. I see it's the 4th inning. I realize it's Tuesday. And, man, I want the Vaderz to come back. We don't have much time left here at Hideaway Field in this season. I want to get as much wiffle ball action as possible.
Yeah, this field, this property, this beautiful, picturesque setting has been home to PLW since its inception. We will be leaving this field at the end of this season. Our new home, not too far away, not yet constructed. We'll have a lot of information during the offseason. We'll keep all of PLW Nation apprised on our progress for our new digs. We'll even give you guys pictures and videos of how it's coming along. Not going away, just taking a little break. Screwball.
Did I miss down low?
I heard it hit, but I believe it hit the ground and then bounced up.
Yeah, a lot of big changes coming to PLW. Some things we needed this break. We needed some time to improve things. Really looking forward to everything that's come.
Yeah, Adam, when we look back at where we were in Season 1 and where we are now, we've seen marked improvement in the field, outside the field, behind the scenes. And the level of excitement has only gotten greater and greater as time has gone on.
The thing that I love is when this field was built, it was built for different reasons. And we built a new field to build it for production value, and that's going to be huge.
Nick Sansone is going to draw a leadoff walk. And that is the first walk issued against Tanner Roundy. And bring up a dangerous hitter in the form of Alex Garcia.
Second walk of the night for Sansone. Garcia's hit the ball hard twice, but right to Eder. Let's see what he does this time.
Swing at the first pitch and foul it back.
Find himself down 0-2. Haven't seen Tanner throw too many hot pitches tonight. I wonder if he does it here.
Does indeed come in hot. Good scouting from Adam Tanek. Seen a few wiffle ball players out here, huh?
Good take there, but by Garcia to lay off that.
Slider away.
Now he's back under the 55, 2-2 count. See if he goes to that screwball. He was able to throw it for a strike last time. That's probably what he has confidence in right now. And there it is.
Opposite way. Oh, Ethan Ibarra. Definitely tracking that P. He looked up at the fence several times, Adam. He didn't want to collide with it.
And the question is, was he in foul? He was in foul territory. Mm-hmm. Okay. 2-2 count.
Yeah, he could have definitely made that catch, but he was really worried about colliding with that fence at high speed.
So what is Tanner going to do here? Is he going to go to the slider or stick with that screwball? And he does.
Oh, 52 freezes Garcia. It froze Pacone earlier. It freezes Garcia there. It froze Nick Sansone. Third backwards K.
Roundy mixing it up a little bit there as he stepped way off to the side, kind of maybe threw things off a little bit for Garcia. Got him looking. Here's Taravella. It's 3 straight screwballs from Roundy.
Poll up right now. Who would you send to the mound? Tanner, Billy, or somebody else? That'll take 53 miles per hour outside part of the strike zone. 1-2 to Taravella.
Taravella looking for something he can get extension on. Tanner leaves something up and makes a mistake. Find yourself in a tie game.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Casey Taravella. 2 down for Derek Corral. Nick Sansone stands on first base. A home run here would tie the game.
Derek Corral, one of 2 players in this Legends lineup with over 1,000 OPS. Let's see if he can come through here for his team.
When Roundy's been stepping off the mound in that direction, he's been throwing a screwball. Goes with a slider there.
Well, last time it was what he struck out Alex Garcia on was a screwball.
Yep. Usually goes with the screwball. That one was a slider.
That's the first time I saw the slider, I think, from that angle.
To the right side, right into the waiting hands of Gio Battistoni for the third and final out. Legends unable to capitalize off that walk. It'll remain 4-2.
It's not looking good for the Legends right here, Greg.
Current poll in the chat. Will the Legends tie the series? PLW Nation, sound off on what you think the result is going to be. We do have one more award to announce. We're going to wait until the bottom half of this inning to announce it. I'm Greg Kelly, alongside PLW founder and league commissioner Adam Tannick. This is game number 2. Legends Vaderz best of 3 series. Vaderz took game 1 5-2. They lead here in game number 2 4-2. If they stay ahead and win this game, they will punch their ticket into the PLW Championship, which starts on Thursday right here at Premier League Wiffle.
Legends really need to jump up here. They need to focus. Defense chatting what they're going to do here with Alec Hutt. I believe Alec Hutt is still 0 for tonight. Hit some hard balls just under them, getting them in the air. He's going to look to try to straighten something out here now.
First pitch down and away. 1-1 to Hutt. Slider in there, 52 miles per hour.
Oh, that's a pitch he wants to hit right there.
Hutt will foul this one straight down. Stay 1-2.
Another screwball from Billy, trying to paint that outside corner. He's gone screwball, slider, screwball. Let's see what he goes to here.
Gets him with the Osgood. Alec Hutt will strike out for the first out.
Slider way outside, got him to chase.
Bring up Billy Santiwan. Look at ball 1 inside. He's going to turn on that one. Pacone handles it easily. Make a nice, easy toss into the backstop for the second out.
This is exactly what the Legends needed, a quick inning so they can get back up there with their bats, but they're going to have to get through Ethan Ibarra here.
An underhand pitch, and it's going to hit the pipe 44 miles per hour. We're just going to ask Ibarra to stand outside the box for 1 second as we look at this instant replay.
I mean,
that's a softball pitch.
It's also illegal. I don't know if that's been added to the rule book.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's doing it again. Somebody ought to tell him because he just struck out Ibarra on it. 2 straight pitches. He goes underhand, softball style.
Submarine is legal, but, yeah, well...
Is it in the rule book?
I don't know, but I mean that's always been a rule. But you know, we didn't have a rule book 6 years ago, and so some things you just don't always add in.
I can tell you, working in the administration side of PLW things, I know that we've had a lot of rules that people knew have been rules that weren't necessarily in the rule book. So we'll have to check on that one.
Yeah.
So look who it is on the mound. It is Billy Santiwan. He's going to look to close things out for the Vaderz here in game number 2. And with Billy's return to the mound, we're going to go ahead and announce our third and final award of this evening. And you guessed it, Billy Santiwan is Season 4 Cy Young Award winner. Congratulations to Billy. It was a tight race between him, Tom Gannon, a front runner, and looks like Billy edged him out in the award voting. Congratulations, Billy, on an excellent season.
I know a lot of people had Gannon, you know, as a teammate. We still, even Gannon and myself, both voted for Billy for that Cy Young Award.
Yeah, that's just how good he has been. Trench Pacone once again sees Billy Santiwan very well. He will lead it off with a single.
Another hit off Billy tonight for Trench Pacone. If the Legends can come back in this game, I would have them favored for game number 3.
Wow, if they can come back and win it, if Trench Pacone can get things started, it'll be the back game. Billy Osgood.
I mean, the Vaderz are kind of gambling here. They want to put this game away, but they're going to be in trouble if they don't.
Check swing. Home plate umpire Buck Burner says no, he did not. Knuckleball low, 2-2. Knuckleball away.
Good
Full
at bat.
count.
Good at bat by Osgood so far here.
Swung on, rolled over. Alec Hutt will pick it up. Double play ball. Battistoni gets forced out at second, and he turfs it again.
Third ball he's turfed tonight.
Fifth fielder's choice recorded on the evening. No double plays.
And that's going to bring up the top of the order for the Legends. This is their chance. This is the inning. They want to come make something happen.
Nick Sansone smashed that ball right up the middle. Looks like that ball got tacoed a little bit. It won't make it to the back wall, but because it crossed to the right of second base, Osgood will advance to third. 1 out, and runners on the corners. Alex Garcia steps into the box. He will swing and miss at a knuckleball outside, falls behind 0-2. Santi speeds up 63 and outside. And he'll get another pitch into the strike zone above the 55-mile-per-hour speed limit. 2-2. Inside, Garcia turns on it, and Hideaway Field erupts into applause as lead umpire Chad Phillips took that one directly to the shin.
Oh, Greg. Sparkles got really lucky here there. It just missed by about 2 inches of putting our lead umpire out for the rest of the night.
Ooh. Garcia swings and misses for the second out.
Big out there for the Vaderz.
Bring up Taravella. He had a solo shot in the first inning of this game. He struck out his last 2 at-bats. He's going to pop this one into center field, but Tanner Roundy, positioned well, will bring it in for the third and final out.
Legends really needed something to happen there.
Runners on the corners with 1 out does not result in any runs, and they continue to trail by a score of 4-2.
Billy Osgood still in this game, looking to go the distance here. Legends will get to bat in the bottom of this inning.
Due up for the Vaderz. Looks like it's going to be Kyle Letter, Tanner Roundy, Gio Battistoni. Middle part of the order.
Billy needs to shut them down right here and give his team one more chance. Try to put 2 runs on the board, or it's going to be over.
Win or go home, as they say for the Legends. Kyle Letter has been a force in this series. A triple, a base hit, a solo shot, and a 2-run shot back in game number 1. He hasn't gotten out here in game number 2. And he's not going to get out here at this at-bat as he puts one right up the middle for leadoff base hit.
Vader's hottest hitter in the second half continues to be on fire.
Let's open up that poll. I want to see what that poll is. Finals matchup you want to see. Vaderz ones, Vaderz snappers, Legends ones, Legends snappers. Looks like Vaderz ones is the most sought-after matchup that the fans out there want to see.
The 1 and 2 seeds.
Oh, 2 to Roundy. Osgood throws the Osgood. It started way outside. He's going to go with the underhand. Is it a screwball if it comes underhand? I'm not even sure how to call that pitch.
Counts myself might throw. It's almost like a submarine
Submarine screwball.
I don't know. It looks more underhand than submarine. But it does get some screw action.
Osgood trying to stab that. Oh, and what a play by Corral. Full stretch, has to make the grab one-handed after an errant throw by Osgood.
Oh, that could have gone very wrong. Nice play.
So once again, a fielder's choice as a late play on that ball. Unable to turn two, but they do get the force out at second.
It's going to be one out for Gio Battistoni here. Runner on first. Legends looking for a ground ball.
And legal or not, he's continuing to throw it. Hits the turf underneath the strike zone. If it is illegal, Chad Phillips, our lead umpire, and the custodian of our rule book, hasn't said anything yet, but we'll have a conversation after the game. Try to sort that out. Osgood speeds up 57, misses high and away.
It's 3-1 here to Gio Battistoni. Does Billy have a walk yet?
Slider hit high, right field. Nick Sansone tries to climb the wall, but it hits the top of the Garden Serenity and have the Vaderz just put a death knell into the Legends.
Oh, man. Huge hit there. A couple more insurance runs, and now it's not looking good for the Legends.
6-2.
Sansone going up for that ball. Wonder if he got his hand stuck in that palm tree. That could really, those things like razor sharp.
I hope not. Palm trees always win at him. Don't get into a fight with a palm tree. In the back of Hutt for ball one.
It gets real quiet here at Hideaway Field.
Inside.
Billy falls behind another hitter. 2-1.
Screwball. Oh, and Hutt goes down. Is he okay? This is the second time this season that we've seen Hutt spin down like a top.
Oh, man, he thought he had that ball squared up, and that screwball just bared on his hands last second.
And he checks his swing, but it doesn't matter because it's 55 and it's outside bar.
Oof.
Hutt will get caught looking on an unhittable pitch. With two away, that'll bring up Billy Santiwan, Cy Young Award winner here in Season 4. And Osgood will throw a knuckleball of his own and smiles at Santiwan.
Once again, Osgood down 2-1 to each hitter this inning.
55 on the number.
He's got that one dialed in right now. 2 outs here, top of the 6th.
Is that a knuckleball? I think it was.
I think that was a knuckleball. Full count here, 2 outs.
Ethan Wigfield gets in front of this one. He'll turn and throw it home for the third and final out, and the Legends need 4 or their season is over.
I see you in a question there. I am Jake. Yeah, we're not really dealing with balk rules unless it's something to deceive the batter, because there's no runners to deceive. So it's just if you do something that's like illegal deceiving the batter. But yeah, otherwise we won't be putting in a balk rule unless we went to base running, and don't see that happening.
As the sun sets here at Hideaway Field, so does it set on the Legends season if they're unable to come up with 4 runs here in the bottom of the 6th.
4 runs is a tall task there, Greg, as they've only scored 3 in these first 2 games. But it looks like we're going to be leading off with Derek Corral.
And the bottom of this order will face off against what managers and fans have voted as the best pitcher in PLW, Cy Young Award winner, Billy Santiwan. He came in with that knuckleball. He's been dominant with it. Pitchers throughout the league trying to emulate Billy, seeing how much success he's had with literally 1 pitch. Knuckleball inside, hammered foul.
Oh, that .87 whip is just insane. Just not allowing base runners. Less than 1 base runner in an inning.
It's unfair. That's the only word I can come up with.
Yep.
He's going to really pull the string. 39 on that one.
I'd be careful doing that again.
Down inside.
Ooh, full count.
Swing and a miss, and Derek Corral wanted to end that bat, but he restrains himself.
That's why Santawan is so good. Big money pitch there, full count. There was a nasty strike right down the middle. He is just not going to walk you. Pacone with 2 hits off Billy and a laser another time. Seen Billy well tonight. See what he can do here.
Oh, that hits outside bar, 51 miles per hour.
Nothing you do there, Greg. Just tip your hat to the Cy Young winner.
Another unhittable pitch. .60 miles per hour. Good hold by Pacone. 1 and 2.
Billy really does fall into a pattern when he gets 0-2-1-2 to come with something 60.
Pacone waits on it, but he rolls over. Hutt picks it up at third base and makes the play. The Legends are down to their final out. Billy Osgood needs to get a hit or get on base in some way to extend this game.
Billy Osgood went the distance today on the mound. Now he's going to try to do something with the bat.
First pitch is swung on. It's popped up. Kyle Etter underneath it in left field, and that's it. The Vaderz will advance to the championship series, a clean sweep of the Legends, and they have punched their ticket to the championship.
Talk about team chemistry, Greg. The Vaderz really came through tonight, working together as a team, sweeping this Legends team, and that's going to be it. We're going to see manager Brad Ogden, manager of the year, and his team going home.
Going home, but still in PLW. Just as a reminder, after the playoffs conclude at the end of this week, we still have 2 more games for you. We have the Play Down Relegation Series on Monday and Tuesday, June 20th and June 21st. You see, the Night Owls will play the Bombers in a best-of-3 series. The loser of that game will come back and play the Warbirds on the 21st. The loser of that game will join the Lightning in relegation. Those 2 teams can try to win their way back into PLW during the Challenger Tournament at the start of Season 5.
Man, I love playoff baseball, Greg, but watching those relegation and seeing like the stress in those players' eye, there's nothing to beat that.
It is edge of your seat entertainment. You might think it's a nothing game. It doesn't matter. It matters. They're playing for their PLW life in those Playdown series. So just want to tease that for next week after the completion of the finals. We've got a post-game interview poll up. Pop it open there down in the dungeon so we can see who the candidates are for the post-game interview guests. Billy Santiwan, Tanner Roundy, Kyle Etter, Gio Battistoni, or Ethan Ibarra. And just a reminder to our producers down below, when the winner of that poll is announced, just bring them to the third base dugout position. Adam and I will stay up here in the booth and interview them from there. Looks like Billy Santiwan and Kyle Etter kind of in a dead heat here.
Did Kyle Etter make an out in that second game?
Let's check. No, he didn't. He had a home run, a triple, and 2 base hits, and he added a 2-run homer from game number 1.
Man, that's tough. And then what did Billy do? He only goes and throws almost a shutout, and then comes in and gets a save, so he gets the win and a save. Oh, man, that's close. What are they looking at? It's neck and neck right there here for this team advancing to the finals. Kyle Etter, Billy Santiwan. Who's it going to be? Get your votes in right now. We're about to close them.
Yep, I think we got maybe a couple of minutes on that vote. In the meantime, I want to remind you to tune in right back here tomorrow. You're going to see the second leg of the semifinals. It'll be Snappers versus the 6 p.m. right here at Hideaway Field. The winner of that series will play the Vaderz in the PLW Championship here in Season 4. As we look at Trench Pacone gather up his things and leave the field. Valiant effort by Trench tonight, obviously not playing 100%, but congratulations to him on his Gold Glove win. Congratulations to manager Brad Ogden winning the Manager of the Year award. And, of course, congratulations to Billy Santiwan winning the Cy Young award. And he will also be the winner of the poll. Please get Billy Santiwan and bring him over here to this headset. Billy Santi. Hey, Billy, pay attention. Right over there. Thank you, sir. We've changed things up a little bit here at Hideaway Field. We're always adding things. We've added a new camera. We've added a new headset over there on the sideline. Billy, can you hear us down there? All right, we're just going to unmute Billy's microphone so that we can hear Billy. Billy, congratulations. You won the Cy Young Award here in season number 4, but more importantly, you punched your team's ticket into the championship, managed those innings. Tanner Roundy came in, pitched 3 in game number 3, and you came in and shut the door. Tell us a little bit about what it means to advance to the championship.
You know, we have one goal in mind. We, since the beginning of the year, championship. We're here to get a ring, finish the job. You know, we were underestimated since we came into this league. We're here. Hopefully people believe that now. We're here.
Billy, I want to address the elephant in the room. There was a little bit of an issue in your dugout. Kyle Etter was announced that he wasn't going to play anymore for this team. That obviously isn't the case. He did not get out in game number 2. He was an absolute force for you. Tell us a little bit about the feelings in the clubhouse. Is this team solid? Everybody on good ground?
Man, the clubhouse is great. We're all competitors. We're all ballers. You know, we're not going to always agree. We're not going to always get along. Kyle's my boy. He has been since day one. It is what it is.
So we'll see more of Kyle Etter as you guys head into the championship. You're going to face off against the winner of the ones and the snappers. Do you have any particular foe that you'd like to face off against?
I mean, they're both great teams. It is what it is. Whoever shows up, we'll be there. We're waiting. We're hungry.
Billy, thanks so much. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to your team. You advanced to the PLW Championship. We'll see you back here Thursday night.
Thursday night. It's going to be a party. Let's go.
Take care, Billy. Thanks so much. I want to thank PLW Nation for tuning in. It's going to be an early night for us as the Vaderz sweep the Legends and advance to PLW Championship. Adam, your thoughts on the series as a whole?
Yeah, I really was thinking the Legends were going to come back and do something in that game too. But yeah, nice job by the Vaderz managing their pitching staff. You know, they needed to win too. If somehow they fell back on that game 2, then yeah, I think the Legends take game 3.
The Legend season is over. The Vaderz will advance, and we will see you right back here tomorrow night, Snappers and Ones. I want to thank everybody who joined us on the stream team tonight. We had Anthony Michael up there in the Skycam, Tom and Sean down in the dungeon below. Our umpire crew, Chad Phillips, Buck Burner, Cody Runnels. Our Twitch producer was Kyle Lohman. I'm Greg Kelly on behalf of Adam Tannick and all of PLW Nation. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.